Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. It's getting kind of late. I have been playing with some of my own pictures, my own photographs from a while ago. That's black lacy pine trees in the foreground, which might have to go in part 2. But I'm not done playing with the sky colors, so that's my plan. I don't know how it's going to work. I am going to put these right over here where I can see them, where you can't see them. I'm sorry about that. But that's the way this works when it works that way. And hopefully... There we go. Alright, so here goes nothing. I've got Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, like so. And I think I'm going to start... What is that? Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's not that bad. I can cover it up. So I'm going to start with some white. I don't have any of that orangey pink color, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't love to try and make some. That would be okay with me. It would be even better if things squeezed out of their containers. Oh, without me having to blow a cap off. All my paints are pre-mixed in squeeze bottles with most of them have Floetrol, and all of them have GAC 800 by Golden to keep them from cracking. I'm just, really? I left my tops on earlier so that would not happen. I'm starting with the lighter color because I expect to add that orange on top of it. And I really think, yeah, and I forgot, I've been adding Deco Art pouring medium to a lot of things, so even if it's a landscape or not, I'm still going to need to expect some cells to happen, because they're going to happen whether I like them or not. So I'm just going to keep sort of mixing this paint, and I'm going to use this pink as my base color, and figure, I don't know if I'm right or not, that I can make a nice orange. Let's just spread it all over, shall we? This is my OXO omelet turning spatula that you can find on the Amazon link. That helps me, by the way, every time you shop there. I know what it costs to you. On my Amazon link below the video. Below the description. Probably below the Teespring link with my clothing designs on. That I'm just starting, so I'm not great at it yet, but I'm getting better. Adding more stuff when I have time, which is not often right yet. So, we have a layer of paint. And the edges are somewhat covered. Last time I did one of these was recently, like 45 minutes ago. And I found that my edges weren't going to match as well as I'd like them to. I'm going to continue to let this go down as far as it wants toward that area that you should think of as my horizon line or my tree line or whatever line it is. My line of demarcation. I think a little more white down there probably wouldn't hurt anything, just to spread the paint. And as I see things in it, I'll remove them. I think the only problem with leaving that book of pictures right where it is I can't turn my turntable, which for those of you who want one, it's a relic. It's a Martha Stewart turntable from a glass patio table that has a glass top that fits on top of it, so that all I'm using is the ring with a big tile on top. I hope this works. I'm going to take just another minute, literally hopefully just another minute, run my finger along the top, let that color fold, because I think this color will help anything else blend. And I really think that it's a good idea to have, at this, doing these landscape or skyscapes or whatever you want to call them, good idea to have your edges somewhat covered with similar color so you don't have to worry too much about it later. You can blend things in. I don't know if it'll stay or not. It's looking pretty thin on the edges, I gotta say. Now down at the bottom there's gray, and I'm not going to try and do that until later. What I'm going to try and do is use the yellow up at the top, thinking that I can make an orange. Let's see if I'm right. Magenta isn't necessarily the color that makes orange, but I like that yellow. And I'm going to go slow with just a little bit at a time. so that I have a much better chance of not overdosing it. Because if I overdose it with orange and yellow, then I'm going to have to add a lot of white, and then I'm going to have more paint on my canvas than I want. And if I get something I like that isn't anything near what I had, that's really okay too. And like I said in the beginning, if tomorrow is a better day for me to add that tree line in after the paint is dried, it may be 2 stages, and this could just be stage 1. And since I have that nice pinky orange on my spatula, I'm also going to put it on the edges right now. And there's a lot more area that needs that orange, and I don't want to jump into it too fast. I want to sort of make a background. Really? Let's just mix it up, shall we? I have a the pine needles here in Florida are huge, and when you find one, they're like 14 inches long. And if it gets wrapped around your foot and you don't know what it is, you think there's a big spider on you. So pardon me while I didn't scream. So that's still kind of a nice sky color. And I don't know how this is going to work, and I still have 11 minutes left, and I haven't done anything but made some sheets of color, which is just going to have to be your choice whether you stay or go. I really want some of this, and I'm really willing to get funky and hope that I can get sort of kind of, because this is going to darken up. I'd like to get a little bit close. And there is enough other paint on this canvas to give me the impression that I have a shot. I don't know if I can make that exact color. Here, let's remind you. I'm trying to make that color. It would have been better to have some neon orange, I think. How come this is happening? That's probably closer to what I want. Yes, now I'm getting somewhere. I want to keep this, it's not a super hot day, it's not cool either, but I want to keep this from getting too dry. And I will take what, yes, I will, I'll take what I get. I've seldom painted, actually used the OXO omelet turning spatula for what I'm doing now. But since we're just trying to get a graduated sky, I'm just going to keep playing with it for a while, like you'd expect. I'm losing a little bit of paint over the edges, but that's okay. That also means that some of it's dripping down on the sides, which are going to keep it cohesive. At a certain point in time, I'm going to have to wipe off this spatula and decide. Okay, so yes, there's some more of that red up at the top, and that's what I want to put up there. And this time, I think I'm going to use the actual red color that I have. Just sort of pounce it into place. I'm not used to doing 2 parts on purpose, so I don't know how this is going to work. I like that. I think it might be almost time to pull my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas out, because this OXO one is leaving some trails that I don't really appreciate as much as I could. And I see something. I need a stick. I see something. What are you, thing that does not belong? Probably dirt. It was windy here earlier. So down in here and over there, I'm going to wipe that out. Actually, I'm going to put it in the bucket for a minute and see what we can do with the Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. Now, assuming I kept them clean and there's no little things that are going to drag on them and make trails, this will work. I'm just going to keep using my finger. I think I spoke too soon. I think I did leave something on there. It's really important you get a scrubby if you're going to use these. That feels smooth. Not as easy as it looks, for sure. I expect if I could keep the paint wet long enough, it would begin to blend better. I don't know how well that neon pink will dry in there, but so far I'm not really worried about it. I am going to want to put some, some gray clouds in. I think I'm just going to have to get used to the idea that the striations from the spatula are part of the charm of the piece. We're not really getting as many cells as I thought I might be stuck with. I'm getting some stuff I'm stuck with that I wasn't expecting. Come out thing. I like how the colors blend. I'm going to have to do something along the bottom that's darker, but I think I'm still going to use some white paint. And I kind of think that I like the Prussian blue, even though it has some decor pouring medium in it, which is probably going to sell. Come out, you thing that does not belong. Please? I got tips that are clogging today, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I went and offloaded what I had for movies from earlier into my computer and left them out without their tops on them. I think this, by the way, these are my Princeton R2 Catalyst spatulas, also available on my Amazon link. I want to play with this for a minute, just to get a background, sort of a base color in there. So I get the idea of what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, even if it's not permanent. I do want a nice thick coat there, and so that's going to have to definitely be done again, because I don't want any marks there right now. That kind of works as trees, doesn't it? That might be helpful. Just up and back. Yeah, I can live with that. I like these spatulas. I think a little more black. Spread it around. It's not exact, but I'm not trying to be exact either. And where did I put that? Yeah. Whoops, that was a lot more than I expected now that the tip is clear. I like putting the blue and black together. Don't ask me why, it's just sort of a different black color. Now, my issue right now is trying to decide on those clouds if they're a today thing or a tomorrow thing. And if they're a today thing, they're going to darken up a lot. I'm just going to do a hit and run on the bottom here. Whoops. I'm just going to fall right off my tile here. I'm just going to spread some paint a little more thoroughly, and then go back and add those marks in again that pretend to be trees. Just one each way. They're a little more even than I want them to be. So we'll try and do something up there. Do I try it? Do I really? I got stuff there. I think I'm going to have to try the clouds. I can always put the trees in on top tomorrow. And I'm just using the paint that was left over on my spatula from playing with the trees. Because I want that filled in. And I have a whole bunch more over here that I need. Also, the red at the bottom of that picture is kind of melded. I'm not minding how those clouds look at all. Not trying to be terribly technically accurate about anything. Just trying to get some color on. And like I said, I think the trees are going to be tomorrow unless I get very clever. I've got 48 seconds left on my timer. And I'll show you right in a second, if I get a chance, what we were working with and turn it around for you. It may not be to everyone's taste, but it's something I've wanted to try for a while, so why not try it? Just remember to keep your spatulas clean if you buy them, because any little schmutz, any little thing that drags on them is going to be a problem for you and me. They leave lines. So get a kitchen scrubby. I'm just going to take my finger and tap over the side. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, bringing you part one of my Skyscape with eventual trees. And I will show you what we've got started and the picture, and throw all my stuff in the bucket, and tell you that if you want to purchase some of my artwork, it's all for sale. If you want to watch some more videos, there are over 350 of them. If you want some clothing with "Because I Can" written on it, you might want to wait till I update my Teespring, but if you follow it, if you click on any of the fashions below the video, it'll bring you to my store and you can see what I've got there. Including really cool leggings, by the way. The recipe, paint pouring recipe, is in the description under the video. Once you open Show More, I have an Instagram account and a Pinterest account, and they're down at the bottom of the video underneath the description. They say Volume 1 and Volume 2, and they may say Volume 3 because I'm trying to update them now. If you want to help support the studio, Patreon and PayPal are the ways to go. There's links underneath the video, and also on my YouTube header there are icons. And if you contribute, recently I'm running a contest for anyone about once a month. For anybody who contributes, you're entered in a contest, and if you win, you get to choose one of 3 artworks. So, whew! I said it all. I think I did. So I can't wait to put some trees in there, and I'm going to see what I feel like doing in a minute. And I will start the camera again, and if I don't like what happens, I'll just I'll call that part 2, and we'll have a 3-part. But everything else is working out okay so far. It's not too dark, and that's a good thing because acrylic dries dark. Throw your paint water into a bucket of sand if you can, instead of down the paint the pipes in your house. Slow down, your tongue is thick. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for the comments. Thank you everybody for the contributions that have